Yo guys, what is going on? So just got back from the Bandai Card Fest. As if you can't tell by my voice, I'm really tired. I've been screaming all weekend pretty much. But we played in the Digimon regional that was going on. I got 6th place with Leviamon. It's a really fun format. Played lots of good people. I think the event itself was like 300-400 people. I don't know. The details will be on Eggman's website. I'll probably put my match like history on screen because I can't really remember it exactly off the top of my head. But yeah, it was really fun. We actually did manage to get my first serial Omnimon, so that was really cool. Definitely gonna keep this as a trophy for the time being. And yeah, Levia was a really crazy deck. It felt very powerful throughout basically every matchup I played against. There's a couple of quote-unquote bad matchups. I don't think really any of them are unwinnable, but definitely some better than the rest. So let's just kind of get into why I play the deck, what does it get into, what does it not get into, and ratios, stuff like that. So for the rookies, of course, this is pretty. Oh, actually, let's talk about the eggs. I mean, it's just forcing them on. This guy's just the best draw egg. For this sort of deck, you don't really want to crash your guys into security, so you're not playing like Demi-Mare or anything. For the rookies, the best one to evolve onto is going to be Goblimon. This gives you a free memory back. Anytime you discard a card, you cycle a lot in this deck, which is one of my favorite things about it. That does make Mirage a little bit awkward sometimes, but you do play Gazimons to kind of get around that. This makes your Dobermon, basically most of your ideal level 4s free of evolutions, and I'll kind of explain why, but the memory is really good. And then the rest of the rookies are kind of just utility. Like, this is the real only necessary one. I'm playing 2 Labramon. This is to grab back your dark animals and your Anubismon from your trash, so we'll get to that later. But it's just recursion from trash, and then extra memory. It's really nice just early game. Like, if your opponent hits something in security that you needed, you can play this and grab it back. Late game, it's really good too. And then the other rookies, we have the Lotmon technology now, which is absolutely amazing. This card is so fantastic. Being able to make your Levia 16 and your Levia X 17 in security, you don't die to any level 7s anymore, which is so fire. This card's amazing. Inherit's like fine too. You don't really evolve this. It came up a couple times where, like, if it's the only rookie, it's like, all right, this is a 1 cost evolve. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. Syakomon, this card's really good. The main effect, like the on play, is you draw for every Digimon your opponent has. So if they're going really wide, you can just sometimes draw 3 or 4 and discard a card. And then the Inherit comes up a decent amount too. It's all turns. When effect plays something in your opponent's field, so if you play a token to their field, or if they like partition, like if they swing security and die to like a bomb or something, partition like Imperial, or just play something out there Davis Ken, you get to just gain a memory for free as well. So it comes up a lot. And then the rest of the rookies are just Floodgates, 2 Gazi, and then the 1 Psychmon. Both these come up. This is really good into like Blue Hybrid, and also just like random rogue stuff. Really just relevant for Blue Hybrid for me, preventing the option, and then the Digicross. And this Gazi is just so good. Like, against Blue Hybrid, it stops their memory gain, turns off Hammer Spark and security and stuff. Against like Magnamon, it stops like memory boosts. It hits a lot of stuff. It's just really good. So those are the rookies. And then the level 4s, the best one for sure is going to be Dobermon X Antibody. I'm not really playing the ST Garurumon package anymore. I played that in BT17. But this one's really good because I'm playing the Protoform X Antibody. So it's a really good cycle. Retaliation comes up, being able to make your guy Retaliation blocker with the regular Dobermon, the BT16 Dobermon. This card's insanely good. Being able to just give your guys blockers, so you can make your Levias really big blockers, cycling an extra card whenever you play something. So using this with Cerberus X is really good. And then Retail blocker, just walling out Magnamon is really good because that's one of your hard matchups, because you literally cannot clear that card. It's really obnoxious, but this helps because you get to, if you can set up your Retail blockers, or I mean just blockers, denying them like a security swing, you basically have to force them to have like a Blinding Ray, or since TK is limited to 1, they really need something else to be able to trigger that protection. So these in combination with each other is really good, and just randomly denying swings early game is really good because you want to get to the late game. This is a very grindy deck, despite kind of what it seems on the surface, because Levia just has like a billion security checks. You don't really swing that much, I don't think. I think the way I like to play it is I play very conservatively. I just kind of set up an OTK later in the game. And then the other level 4 is Guru X. I think this card's still insane. This is a 0 cost evolve with Protoform, as well as this with the Goblimon, and that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, because if you do this, with the Protoform evolving here. This costs 2. You'll gain 1 from Garuru, gain 1 from Goblin, make it 0. Or this costs 1, gaining 1 here, making it 0. So Protoform is really good for that. And then Garurumon X, just cycling 2 extra cards is really, really nice. And then Octomon, it's necessary. I resolve this like once all day. It's not bad. You need it sometimes. And the Inherited is the same as the Syakomon. But it's just, I don't know, it depends on the situation. Very situational card. I don't want to see this early game. I want to see all the other ones. You want to usually cycle early game, so this is more of a late to mid game card for me. But definitely necessary. Really, really good. And then the level 5 is where it starts to get crazy. I think the best one is going to be Cerberus X Antibody. I honestly think I might play 4 of this and cutting a Dragomon. I'll kind of talk about that later. This is the best one to go in early game. Extra cycle, of course, we love drawing cards, and with Protoform, you get to play back a rookie from your trash. Any of your rookies, depending on the situation. You can often chain Protoforms if you've got another Gobbly, reviving Gobbly, sticking a Protoform, evolving your level 4, making 0 cost. You can summon back like the Lotmon to boost your Levia stack. You can grab back a piece of the Labra, draw off this. You know, depending on the situation, you can do a lot of different things. So, really good utility. I'm playing one of the regular Cerberusmon. Oh, and then also, this Inherited is absolutely insane, especially in this deck. Being able to unsuspend something, basically getting a free unsuspend because it spawns you a body, is just ridiculous. And then in combination with the regular Cerberusmon, this card is a new addition to the deck. You just return back any dark animal or shaman, so you can grab back, you know, Cerberusmon X, any of the, not Leviamons, I think Leviamon's like a beast, but the Dobermons, stuff like that. So just recursion's really good. And then the Inherited goes crazy. This gives any of your Digimon rush when you play something. It isn't mandatory like the first time it triggers, but a lot of times if you just go like this into this, draw, play a rookie, you can give it rush. Or there's been times where like my first stack was like this, and then I make like a second stack with this and this, and then I can give like itself rush and then go into Levia X and swing for 3 checks, and it's really insane. So those cards are really good. And then Dragomon, of course, this is definitely still a really good card. I think I could get away with 4 and 2. I think I would have liked to see Cerberus X a little bit more, but I mean 3 Drago is still really good. Being able to force a opponent to play something so it spawns you your own body, because depending on what they play, you're guaranteed a level 3 or lower. So again, just like Cerberus, giving you value off of like floodgates or cycling cards or recursion or whatever. And then also being able to force trigger your Levia X and your Biting Crushes, because those cards say when an opponent, or when a card Digimon is played to an opponent's field, you get to, you know, trigger their effects, evolve for free, or you know, trigger the Biting Crush to delay. So that's really the main utility. My ideal kind of play is like first stack, make a Cerberus X, and then off of the rookie, evolve into a Dragomon to force them to play something. And then a lot of times you can get at least 1 Levia X off for free, if not 2. I mean, depending on how many you see, of course. But being able to just clear their board like that, and then you already have like lethal setup. It's pretty insane. So really like those cards, definitely very essential to the deck. And yeah, so then the level 6s is going to be 3 Levia and 3 Levia X. These are obviously the heart and soul of the deck. Levia is still really good against most decks. Now there was a rule change which was active for this event. I think I've talked about that before, where this is like versus like protection effects. If they only have a single instance of protection, like a Greymon X or like a Dominimon or something, usually they wouldn't be able to protect against it, but now the rules are changed to where they can. It never came up for me. I didn't play against either of those decks, but being able to pop 2 things or a single thing twice as nice against like Dex Doragora. You can pop the Doragray and then still on the same effect pop the Dex Doragray if they choose to protect it. Against Imperial, this came up a lot because if they have a stack with Partition, you can pop the Imperial, they play out a body, and then you pop one of the other bodies. And then if you've got a Levia X in trash, since they played something, you can then just evolve into this, and then you've got like 7th Lightning, you can clear the other level 4. So it's really, really good. This combos really well with the Biting Crush. It's just insane. There's a lot of times against like hybrid decks, I would just like have this and then just like swing into security, which I do that a lot in if I know I'm playing against a Tamer heavy deck, or even Imperial. I did this against Imperial where I was just like swing. It's 2 checks, like first or second check you hit a Tamer, and then because if you have Levia X in trash, you can evolve it and immediately kill the Tamer without it triggering. Its on play is really good, so yeah, these cards were just insane into everything. Levia X is just the absolute beast of a card. Sec +1 and Sec +2 is just ridiculous, and then also being able to clear things, being able to clear Tamers is nice, so being able to pop your Davis Kens, your Kojis. I popped an Analog to prevent my opponent from stealing turn once. Digimon Emperor, sometimes that comes up, and you know, just a lot of utility. It's really, really good just for punching your opponent, and then obviously being able to pop odd numbers, and if you got 7th Lightning, you pop even numbers. So these two in combination clears like basically every board. Obviously there's, you know, decks with protections like decks through Agora, but that's kind of what this deck can get really complicated with like some of the interactions you have with like, for example, the Dex cards, or with Imperial Dramon into Partition, or like with Aces, or like Progenitor, for example, or sorry, Primogenitor, the Imperial Dramon delay option card. So you kind of just have to think for a second on how things would resolve, and how, you know, the effects would be prioritized and things like that. But no, these cards were just absolutely insane. It's just cooking all day, so can't really complain about any of those. And then the GOAT is gonna be the one of Anubis. This card is so broken. I'm pretty sure anytime I had this, I like won the game. I mean, not on the spot, obviously. Like, you don't really play this card like the same way you did when Merva. You would play Merva and like the 4 Anubis in that deck, like for X5. You generally just like use this as a tool for like bringing out, like depending on what you're playing against, bring out like a Gazimon or a Psychmon to floodgate your opponent for like a turn, because usually when you're evolving this, you're passing turn, you don't have like as much memory game as like the Merva version of the deck when it came out. So you like floodgate for a turn, or you can go like, oh, I'll play this, it has an on play to give blocker, so I can give like Anubis blocker, or give like something with retaliation a blocker, or if you have a protoform in a stack, you can block with that and then heal off the protoform. There's also some funky things you can do if you can like you know, like play the Drago off of Anubis, and then since you played something, you can like pop a level 5 and then effect play another thing, pop another level 5, or again draw extra cards if they don't have anything to pop, and then maybe if they play something and you've got a Levia stack, you can, you know, go into Levia X. So it just facilitates so much. It's a crazy power card. You definitely cannot say enough good things about Anubis. There's also, I mean, there's a game against Tyrant Cupetary, which, yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to that now, where, like, he had a Green Coagamon and Ace on field, so I just, like, summon back Levia, and then I gain, like, 2 off the leading things, 4 off the overflow, and then, like, 1 or 2 off the inherited, so this thing only costed, like, 4 to play. So, yeah, you can bring back anything, so it is just really insane. Anubis is limited to 1 for a reason. And then 1 Ruin Mode for the last Mega. This card is just obviously really good. Being able to just like, one of the most disrespectful plays is just like 6 checking with Levia X, like swing on suspend, swing, and then just like Ruin Mode, and then there's 0 security and -5 to the field, and it's pretty insane. So yeah, I mean, I don't really need to explain Ruin Mode. That card's insane. And then for the options, 4 Wisdom, I was borrowing 1 for the event, so. And it's proxy, 3 memory boost. Nothing crazy special about this. You're sit in the back and kind of wait on the correct turn to move out. You just want cycle, so your ratios are a little bit weird just because you need to fit so many pieces into the deck. So all the memory boosts are they're really good, obviously. And then double Biting Crush, double 7th Lightning. I wanted to play 3 of this, but it's not quite as insane. I mean, it's still obviously a really good card and a really essential piece. Numi's not around anymore, so you don't really need it for that. But depending on the matchup, you can just hard slam this, and it's really sick. Against Takemi Kazuchi, I was able to just, you play this, you discard Levia, and then at any point during their combo, if they go Evolve Fenrir Leviamon to play the Pulsemon, you can trigger this to then play Levia back and then kill both their stacks and then gain a couple memory. So this is just like an auto win against a lot of decks. Against Tyrant, I just slammed this like turn 2. I think I lost game 1, and then game 2 I was just like, I'll just play this. because I was also breaking, so I didn't really have a choice. But like, I played this and I was like, okay, well, if you evolve a Tyrant, because usually they have like the end of turn egg to swing to make it suspended to where it's unaffected by Digimon. But if they don't have like a body to swing into, or if they play something off the Tyrant, like so they evolve their Tyrant, it's unsuspended, play a body, then I can immediately trigger this Levia, pop the both. And then just go from there. There's a lot of times where I would just like blind do this into like a Vmon, or like it's just like a rookie or something. Like you don't really care about the killing something, but I would just do this on a turn where I know my opponent can't kill me, and then the next turn I would use it as like a combo piece, because if I had like Octo or Drago, then I could like, you know, if I had like one of these, then I could like evolve them and then force them to play something and then trigger this. Playing Levia, effect, pop, do things, gaining 2 memory, and then if I had Levia X, I can, you know, further clear board. So yeah, Body Crush is just really good. You need it for the deck. 7th Lightning obviously is just good. These are all good in security. This is really just for the trash effect to bottom deck it to pop a 4 and a 6. Again, against Tyrant, these are really important, and I didn't expect Tyrant to be that real, I'll be honest. I played against one, but it looked like it was fairly popular, but yeah, so against Tyrant, these are good because you have no other ways of clearing your Tyrant. And so sometimes I would just hold them for that matchup, but otherwise you just want to discard them to put them in trash to get just like a free pop. It's also really nice because you basically can't deck out. It's not like quite an infinite loop, but like because Levia X recurs itself from trash as long as you have like monsters. Against Takumi Kazuchi, I literally like drew my whole deck, and then I made a Levia X and like put back 2 of these. And then like the next turn I would like draw, and then I would like use a Dober or something, draw a discard, and then make another Levia X and then put it back again. So just against some other like grindy decks, I guess it comes up, but yeah, those cards are really good. And then the last 4 in the deck is just going to be 4 Protoform. This enables so much degeneracy because of the fact with how well it combos with like your level 4, so making all of these like a free evolve, making your Cerberusmon a 2 evolve, but then if you've got like Dobrex, it's really a 1 evolve because you're going to play a rookie. And then I mean occasionally, I think I did this like once where I evolved this for 5. You don't really do that often, but sometimes it comes up. And then also the super broken card effect about this card is that it just puts itself on security. So whenever your guy would leave the battle area, you can just like recover this into security, grab back a piece. So against like Ancient Garurumon, right? If they bound, like let's say, you know, you have like a couple security cards here, and you've got like a stack with like an X anybody under. Obviously, this isn't possible, but like, you know, something like this, and then you're like, okay, they bounce it with Ancient Garurumon. When it would leave the field, you grab back a piece, put this on top. This goes to hand, and then Ancient Garurumon's effect, you add the top card as security to your hand. You just add the Protoform, so they actually don't do any damage, and they give you back the Protoform to just combo with next turn. It's so amazing. I love it. And then a lot of times against the deck, obviously, you can punish Tamer plays very heavy. Against you know, Blue Hybrid, if you pop their Ancient, they play a Tamer off of an effect, you immediately go this, say you pop their Tamer. Against you know, Imperial, if they play a Davis, have Davis Ken and then play an Imperial, sorry, not Imperial, my brain's all over the place. Play a rookie, play Vmon or Sting Wormmon to search, they'll get their search, and then you can immediately do this, pop their Tamer, pop their rookie, to deny them their combo. Yeah, there's just a lot, and I mean, obviously in security, this can trigger, so there's just a lot of things that trigger this. People don't expect it. Against Magnamon, my opponent went the 3-cost Davis to play out a Vmon for free, and then I just went this to clear his, I think I had a Levia on board, so I went like, evolve this, clear your Tamer, clear your Vmon, and then gain 1 off the Levia, and then steal turn. So yeah, it's just insane. And so Protoform allows you to do a lot of really good combos. If you've got like, you know, like a stack here, you'll usually go like Protoform into Cerberus X, draw, discard, play out like a Gobblemon, and then if you've got another one, you can do this for effectively 0, this combo, and then you can go again, and then usually on the second stack, that's when I'll do Drago, and then force them play something, Levia X and trash, evolve here or evolve here, depending on what you're going to do, but usually it's evolve here, and then you've got like 6 swings at your disposal. But I mean, again, there's a lot of different combos you can do. This deck is pretty complicated, I think, but that's also the beauty of it, because I really don't think you have like any terrible matchups. I think Magnamon is your hardest one because you can't clear it. That's why the Anubismon helps a lot against that deck, because against Anubismon you can control their boards pretty well. You can control the low level armors as well as the Vmons to prevent them from like doing too much damage. So ideally against armors, you want to see this first. Establish a wide board. And then, you know, set up your blockers. And the really nice thing against like Magnas, if you've got this, you can constantly just like recur your Dober blockers to prevent them from triggering their immunity. Being able to summon this, give it blocker, block, you don't get your immunity, next turn just bring it back, get something else blocker, and then just deny them that. That's really how you clear them. It came up against Magna, like blue Magna as well as Vaccine. So that's really important for the deck. Your other, I guess, bad matchup, in my opinion, is Red Hybrid. They can go pretty fast, pretty quickly if they've got Ancient Combo. My only loss was actually like literal round 1, and I played against Red Blue Hybrid. And I mean, he just had a bunch of rookies, or pretty early on. He saw the limited Ukomon, and I wasn't having a good time. I didn't draw the cards I needed to do, but everything else felt fine. There were no matchups that felt like unwinnable, or I mean, most rogue stuff feels like pretty good, honestly. But yeah, guys, that's the deck. I just wanted to give it another try. I had seen like a Chinese list that me and my friends thought were really good, so we decided to test it out, and it performed really well. So let me know what you think. If you like purple or Leviamon, give me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.